Angle 1 and angle 2.
That is a supplementary angle.
And what does that mean?
That both angles will add up to equal 180 degrees.
Correct. So what is 180 minus 120?
60.
Exactly.
Resulting in number 2 being 60 degrees in measurement.
Good job. Now, we will go to angle number 3. As you can see, this one is directly opposite angle number 2 because those are vertical angles, which means 3 has to also be equal to
2, which means it's 60 degrees.
Oh, there you go. Now, to angle number 4. 4 is two things. What is the first one that we discussed?
It can be a supplementary angle.
And it can also be a
Vertical angle.
which means 4 is equal to
120 degrees.
Alright, so we have this part done. So now we go to the lower part. 1 and 8. What do you notice about these relationships? They're both exterior, correct?
C.
Which means these are also opposite exterior angles because if 8 was placed where 4 was, they would be vertical angles. So 1 and 8 are equal to each other,
Yes.
which means
8 is equal 120 degrees.
now 2 and 6. What do you notice about this? They are corresponding angles, which means they are the same measurement, which means 6 is equal to
60 degrees.
now 3 and 6. They both are inside of the lines. What would you call that?
Opposite interior angles.
Good. Which means 6 is equal to
60 degrees.
oh, which we already did. Anyway, okay. On to number 5. 5 and 4. What do you notice?
Opposite interior angles.
Good. Which means 5 is equal to
120 degrees.
there you go.
Last one.
Now, 2 and 7 are also opposite exterior angles, which means 7 is equal to
60 degrees. In this unit of triangle congruency, we are working on proofs. These two triangles are congruent, but how are they? This leg is congruent to this leg because the dash symbol's congruency resulting that in being a side congruency. These two legs are also congruent because they both have two dashes each, which means they are congruent to each other, resulting in another side. And then the bottom base of the triangles having all three lines and they are congruent to one another, being another side proof. And this problem being side, side, side. And these two triangles, there's another dash for the sides, so that'll be another side proof. And then at the top, these two curves and the angles are congruent, meaning angle. And then these two dashes on the legs mean the legs are also congruent, being a side angle side proof. And these two big right triangles, these measure 90 degrees, meaning that the angle is congruent, and then the dash meaning the base is congruent, and then the last curve meaning both angles are congruent, and the proof being angle side angle. Thank you.
Congruency.
The problem says these two triangles are similar. But how? This one is so much bigger. It doesn't seem logical. But what you need to remember is that when working with triangle similarities, you whole time need to think about the angles.
So you're telling me that this triangle is about 5 times as big as this one, but they could still be similar?
Yes, because even though the side lengths are not the same, the angles are the same. So, if we pull back the answer sheet, which I am looking at right now, it says that this angle is equal to 60 degrees, this angle is equal to 80 degrees, and this angle is equal to 40 degrees. So when you look at back this one, if I had a protractor with me, this one actually would be equal to 60, 80, and 40. Meaning that, yes, these triangles are not congruent, but they are similar, as the angles all are congruent all time.